Hey guys, welcome to an evening episode of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching from my home studio here. It is episode number 58. We're going to talk even this evening about the difference between positioning and branding, and is branding applicable to your business? And we've talked about this a little bit before, but it's something I really get into talking about quite a bit. And the difference between the two, and what does it mean to you? Well, brandable businesses are kind of tough. You think about Coca-Cola, FedEx. I know we've talked about this briefly before, and what they have as far as a war chest to spend money on, versus what you as an independent business have, or what a small business has. Most of us are small businesses, especially the people I speak to. So what is the difference between the two? And can you brand yourself? The answer is yes, you can, but not in the traditional sense you're thinking of, the big branding box store chains, Best Buy, Coca-Cola, FedEx, Maytag, Sears, so forth and so on. So what is the difference between what you see and what you can do? Well, you have your own target market. You have people you're going to market to, people you're going to work with, people you're going to sell to, people your company sells to. That is a niche, essentially, and you have to define what that niche is. Can you be brandable to the people you have? Can you position your brand to the right people in your market? And the answer is absolutely you can. That portion of branding I do agree with, but the traditional sense I think is pretty much dead unless you have a major war chest, again, like an Amazon or one of the other companies I just spoke about. So realize what your position is. What's the importance of positioning? Positioning to me is the most important thing when it comes to building your business and you around your business, or what is the framework of your business, and understanding what that is and what that isn't. Realizing that the positioning you put yourself into is what matters. Again, we talk about the product or service, and that is the best example of positioning I could pretty much get. If you're a landscaper and you're Joe's Landscaping Service is the product. That's what people are buying, and they like Joe's Landscaping Service. That's why they keep bringing them back to the house to cut the grass, to do the lawn, to build up the yard, to do pavers, whatever that happens to be. That's what Joe's there for. So the landscaping itself is a commodity. If you're looking at what somebody does, they could say, well, company A, company B, and company C all do pavers. Company A, company B, and company C all do lawns. But they're not buying the lawn cutting. They're buying Joe. So Joe is the branded position, and that's why positioning is so important. Again, you are the product. What you do is the service. So understand what the difference is between the two. Understand that it is vitally important that you are positioned as the product, and you are positioned as the product that people in your market base, to your target market, to your clients, to your customers, you want to be seen as. So realize what that is, realize how to identify it, realize how important they are, and realize how you should market to them. And if you're selling to them, you know you have to have something consistently. You don't want to hit a target one time and walk away. You want to hit the target many times, just like they do in the military. They're never really going to hit something just one time and expect they've got the full result. Well, it's no different in business. Unfortunately, I hate the comparison, but it's the truth. And you have to understand that making sure you bring your message to people differently, not boringly, and not cumbersome, not overdone. New and creative and fresh ways to attract your clients. They're your clients. They're there for you to lose them. So make a decision in your life what you want to do with the people that are in your market, that are your target market, that are your people, that are the people that you want to sell to, the people you want to bring value to every single day. Again, they're there for you to lose. And if you're starting from scratch, you know who you're going to be looking for. You're going to find the people that are the best prospects and the best people to do work with, best clients and customers to do work with. But that all requires positioning and where you are. Best example, positioning games is chess. It's a game of strategy and a game of positioning. Understand that you have the ability to position yourself to the right people at the right time with the right circumstance. You have to commit yourself to making that happen, but you have the ability to do that. And do it on a dime. I know with our restoration business who we're going to target to, who we're going to market, who we're going to follow through with, who we're going to put programs together with. We've got to train who we want to invite to barbecues. I mean, as many people as we can do, but we know the people are actually going to show up to these events when we do things, and we know those people are just too busy or really don't have much interest in that. So we have to have to position ourselves to those people differently than the people that are going to come out for the barbecue or whatever that happens to be. You got to know how to treat somebody, and understanding positioning, you'll understand how to treat your people differently, but still get the same effect. Still making sure they realize they're the most valuable part of your organization, other than maybe your employees and your people, your frontline staff. They are your lifeblood when it comes to it. So understand how you're going to position yourself to your market base. Understand who you're going to position yourself to when it comes to your prospects. Understand positioning, because that's what matters. You can position you as your brand. I'm reading the book Youpreneur right now. It's a pretty good book so far. I've just got into it, but David Newman referred it over to me. I watched it last night, and book launch, and it's pretty good so far. So, guys, think about what works best for you when it comes to who you're positioning yourself to. Who is the target that you want to be seen as the expert to, as the go-to person, as the go-to company? Understand where positioning matters. Understand how you need to be seen to your clients and customers. That's really key. Without that, there's nothing. So master your positioning. Master your game of strategy. Master your game of chess. Master how you're seen to the people that matter most, the people that want to do business with you. And there are plenty of them out there. It's just you have to find them. And that's the game of chess. That's the game of strategy, back and forth. Position yourself to the people you need to be positioned to. Remember, you can't brand yourself. You don't have $100 million. You can forget it. And technology, internet has made it where now I can go on Facebook or Instagram or whoever it is, and I could do a campaign for extremely low investment just to get my name out there to the right prospects. I was doing a marketing targeted market to get some more likes for my Facebook page, and I looked down at the influences section to it of who would be influenced by your product or service about you. And what was in there was nothing about what I do. It was about Serbian banking or something that had nothing to do with business coaching, consulting, service businesses, people that that influence me, basically my target market and the people I'm positioned to. So I had to go back and, of course, change the campaign because it didn't make much of a difference, much sense for me to market to Serbian bankers, being they have nothing to do with building a small service-based business, small being under $5 million a year. Serbian bankers probably think $5 million is nothing. So it has nothing to do with an investment that would be me. So make sure that you're identifying what's in your target market. Make sure when you're doing a campaign that you're identifying your target market, because again, I just went to send these out to people, and it would have been a huge mistake on my part to spend money on a campaign for absolutely no return. Nobody's going to like my page. I have nothing to do with what was there or have anything in common with it. Make sure you put in who your target market is, who you're positioning yourself to. Just use that as a small example. One little part of there would have been a big waste of money, because they're not going to like my page or probably do it. If they do, it'd just be dumb luck. So write down what you think positions your business to be different and unique. What positions you, what you do, positions how you do it, positions even where you do it at. If you're a localized business, that's what it is. If you're a national business, a little bit different, but realize you're a localized business and realize who you're trying to speak your message to. Extremely important to do this. Extremely important to know your market and the people that you want to be positioned to. And if that positions you as a brand, so be it. If that positions you as a person, so be it. But understand and master the art of positioning. One of the biggest, the course I'm working on right now is how to position a person separately from being seen as a to be seen as a franchise to somebody that doesn't. It says, hey, listen, I want to have my own little thing going on. I need to know how to do that. I think my business could be franchisable, and unfortunately 9 out of 10 times when I talk to somebody, it's pretty much not a possibility unless they have, again, the war chest, some money, some investment to work with. But they can't position what they have to different people, and they can't position what their products and systems and operations are, and that might be a licensing thing. That might be something else down the road if it's got some traction to it, something that's a little bit unique. But you have to know where you can position yourself to. You have to know if you're going to try and start a franchise, you have to position one way. If you're going to start a licensing agreement, it's different. If you're going to put systems in place to teach people and there's no real name recognition onto it, that's a different positioning. So realize, again, write it down, where you should be positioning yourself to and who you should be positioning yourself to as well, and where. All right, guys. Sorry to come so late to you this evening. Episode number 58 of 10-Minute Kick-Ass Coaching from my home office here at 8 o'clock in the evening. Thanks so much, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at a brand new episode. All right, have a good day. Thanks, guys. Bye.